Breaking news out of Golden tonight. The search for a car and the man driving it after an attempted abduction of a 13-year-old boy.
There's so many firefighters that are up here with us that are ready to protect these homes. They are ready to make a stand, and wow, there it goes again.
Stealing someone's purse is bad enough, but when you knock down an elderly woman and she hits her head on the ground, no doubt there's some extra effort by police to find the bad guys tonight.
Celebration is exactly the right word, Bossy. I want you to take a look back here. Absolutely a party.
I'm not just impressed by this, I'm blown away by this.
It's an amazing sight to see right over my shoulder here. You could see white smoke mixed in with black smoke as well. I'll step out of the way.
There's a lot of talk about the circumstances of her death. We also want to honor her life. A crash in Weld County killed 4 people, including 2 children today. It happened this morning at the intersection of County Roads 49 and 54 near Evans.
Coming your way, here it comes. And we're
There it is right here.
Matt Flener now posing.
How are you? Hey, welcome back to Colorado. Tell me what it means to have this cup back here in Colorado.
It's awesome. You know, the fans have been with us the whole way.
Good morning. Welcome to 9 News 6 a.m. I'm Matt Flener.
And I'm Kyle Dyer. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, July the 16th. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you got some of that rain last night. We did at our house.
We did as well.
You should, because you live close to me.
Yeah, we got a little bit at the Rockies game yesterday, too.
Yeah, you did?
Like right toward the end. It was a welcome relief for all that heat that was out there.
I bet it was a hot game.
Also happening today, a 16-year-old and his dad are expected in court after police say the 16-year-old hit and killed 2 women while driving a semi-truck. Taronda Thomas joins us now from the Information Center. Taronda, this all happened about 48 hours ago.
It did. It happened on Saturday morning.
There is a memorial service today for the unborn baby killed in a Longmont car crash earlier this month. In a span of 4 weeks, we lost 2 local police officers.
If you're going to the games today, water, sunscreen, poor Matt Flener's knees. Everything's covered with the sun here yesterday.
Everywhere but the top of my knees yesterday.
I'll get you every time.
There's always that one spot, isn't there?
We're in the flight simulator at Metro State. Just imagine smoke in the cockpit, as the pilot reported, and then trying to land the plane with extremely snowy conditions.
And I wondered if the pilots had to deal with as much smoke in the cockpit as we did in the cabin.
As one of 21 people on board United Express Flight 5912, Linda Irwin says the absolute credit she's still here today should go to her pilot and co-pilot.
I think it's a miracle they were able to land the plane.
Tuesday morning, just before 8:30 a.m., you hear a voice from her plane's cockpit to air traffic control.
5912, emergency smoke in cockpit, roll trucks, please.
And who is that?
5912.
The controller seemed to question what he had heard, and about a minute later.
Did you hear that? I know that's BS. I know it is.
You know it's what?
United 12. You know United 12 anywhere?
I'm looking on board. I'm looking over right now. Hold on.
Thanks.
You say United 12?
United 12, yeah.
As controllers tried to look for a United Flight 12,
we landed hard.
Flight 5912 had landed.
We're on the runway. We'll be evacuating 348.
The pilot told the control tower passengers were getting off the plane on the runway. And even after that,
United 740, turn right to 095, maintain 9,000.
095 and 9,000, United 740.
And I apologize if you probably heard there, that's not real what we're hearing on the frequency.
About 30 seconds later, the controller finally realized it was real, and then told the pilots help was on the way.
You'd really want to understand who said what to whom.
As the questions about the control tower continued, this passenger says her flight crew saved her life.
They deserve all the credit in the world. They did a great job.
In Denver, Matt Flener, 9 News. It's been said the only cure for snoring is insomnia. It's 5 a.m. on a recent Wednesday morning. In the doorway of a women's clothing store on the 16th Street Mall in Denver, Diana Suarez only got 4.5 hours of sleep.
Right now, these two are trying to be annoying to make sure I'm awake.
Suarez does not own an alarm clock. Who needs one? Where the downtown business owners pay people to make sure the streets are clean.
The public has had enough of it.
As it turns out, many of them want to scrub deeper. Just 8 hours earlier, behind Rockmount Ranch where
I've found needles, syringes.
owner Steve Weil stepped into his alley you could smell just off the mall.
You walk near here and the stench is overpowering. It smells like urine. And we have power washed this many times.
Like dozens of business owners, he says Denver needs a law to keep people from camping where people should be sleeping indoors.
We do not need to be a haven for people breaking social norms and the law.
But people like Suarez have never cared much for what's normal. For 3 months, she's been sleeping in the door jamb of a place where many women love to shop. But there's no way she says she can, or even wants to, afford what's inside.
This is how we lived all the time. We didn't have houses. We didn't have all these clothes, you know. We were nomadic.
She says she's tried to find real housing. She's tried the shelters, but gave up.
Being in a shelter with so many people is rather hard to deal with.
Apparently, the shelters were no place for 51 other people who slept on the mall on this night. One man even used 4 rolls of real soft brand toilet paper to cushion the hard reality below.
On any given night, there are about 200 to 400 people who are not able to get into shelters.
Those who help the homeless say a camping ban only forces people farther into the shadows.
It basically criminalizes the act of being homeless, even though the city recognizes that there aren't those alternatives for people to be.
It does not make being homeless illegal, but it does draw attention to the fact that there are individuals who need assistance.
Those who work with downtown businesses say a law motivates people who may not choose to look for help.
There will be repercussions for not taking advantage of services when they're available.
It's a dangerous place to be. I'm from Minneapolis, and we don't have anything like this.
As people come here, take a look around and wonder what's happening.
I'd expect it in San Francisco. I didn't expect it in Denver.
Those on the streets wonder what will happen to them.
They want to force us out into the other counties or cities.
Somehow you gotta find a way to help these people.
If the cops really start to crack down, then we either all go to jail or we go somewhere else.
With more restless nights in the months ahead, Diana Suarez is awake for another day.
The world has another day to screw up more than it usually does.
With photojournalist Kevin Sullivan.
If I can deal with being out here, I can deal with anything.
Matt Flener, 9 News.
Mom, this is for all your hard work.
A Saturday morning.
Because you're the greatest mommy ever.
And these are the moments of motherhood.
Mom, I see a helicopter.
Army Specialist Jacqueline Martinez.
You see it?
Thought to bring no other person to the sidewalk of Hampden Avenue but her 5-year-old daughter, Julia.
Mom, do you see any polices?
Knowing the love they share.
I'm a single mom just like this lady was.
Is a love another mother and daughter can't share anymore.
This child doesn't have her mom. He won't hurt you.
Protection is what moms do. Sacrifice is what moms, especially who wear a uniform, understand.
Being in the military, it's like, you never know.
That's why this mom kept her daughter close on this day to learn about what happened to Denver police officer Selena Hollis.
Mom, how come when there's police cars you stand quiet and stand still?
Because we're paying our respects. She doesn't need to know details, but for there to be a reality, it's important.
It is important to see the people who care about this country and to honor the ones that protect this city's streets.
Here they come.
Hundreds felt more like a cadre of thousands, and a mom felt the weight of another's devotion to duty.
Mom, your eyes are watery. Are you crying?
It's good to see all these people from around the state, you know, all the officers. That's amazing. That's a strong brotherhood right there.
I first spotted him on Saturday morning. Poor goose. Right now, he's savable.
At first glance, you might wonder if this goose's leg is just crooked.
So you've got one chance with this goose.
But when you realize that's not the goose's leg.
And he keeps picking at it because it hurts.
Those feathers
Awful, awful.
are quite certainly not his color.
It's been shot with an arrow.
See the arrow, Evan?
Oh. You realize why so many people have come to Washington Park to save him.
The angle of the arrow shows you that the bird was actually above the person that did this.
People shouldn't do things like that.
Well, this must have missed all of his major organs, and he missed his hip. He's walking fine.
But he's walking around on ice.
So it's kind of like watching paint dry.
Which makes this goose chase now on day 4.
All day Saturday, Sunday, Monday, today.
not quite the chase you would expect.
It's a matter of her sitting there very still. She keeps putting food down. If he gets close enough, she can grab him.
So close.
So close and yet so far. You wouldn't believe how fast they are. If she lunges and misses, he won't come within 20 feet of any person.
If.
Don't hesitate, Marcy. Don't hesitate.
Just if they could catch him.
Well, the vet will x-ray him and see the pathway of the arrow and then figure out what to do from there.
But when the vet will get to see him. Sure isn't easy to answer.
You saw how fast he was. That was one movement by her.
So sad. So sad.
It's not happening fast enough for people, and we realize that, but it takes this patience and it takes time.
In Denver, this is Matt Flener.
We'll just keep trying.
9 News.